And these actions, whether we want to admit it or not, is a threat to this democracy we're all fighting for. The excesses must be contained in the interest of all of us. We're about to start a period of elections, and if these are the kind of excesses of those who are meant to be responsible for providing law and order, there's great concern in this country today. And those who are directly responsible need to know that this is responsibility. And as such, we must all condemn this action. This is not where we should be spending our energy on. These are not definitely, and not a member, somebody who is a senator or an individual in this country today. So it is important that the IGP, even me for the last 48 hours, I have not been able to reach the IGP. I have tried so many times to find out what is the situation. I think that is not a disrespect to me as an individual, but to this institution. To this institution. Because we cannot talk about security without collaboration with the legislation. And this kind of attitude must stop if we truly want to sustain and create an enabling environment. As we all said, we're not talking about the merits of what he did or did not do. There's procedures and there are ways of finding this out. So, two things is one, to ascertain his state of mind, ascertain his situation, and also to find a way out quickly to find a solution to this problem.
A community in my area known as Isu is being invaded by another community, Utuma, in Bias, a local government of Cross River State. As I speak today, Mr. President, we have about 50 dead bodies lying all over the places. The houses, more than 100 homes are being burned. The people are refugees as I speak today in Ihios, in Arochukwu local government. Mr. President, I'm only asking that you use your office to direct that the security agents, especially the army and the police, should move in at least to quell this crisis and give them some comfort and sign of security. Maybe direct NEMA, since they are now in refugee camps, at least to provide succor relief materials to the people.
In moments like this, it's not a matter of what he did or didn't do on the floor of this hollow chamber. The way in which he did it is not the issue at this point in time. I think the issue now is, how do we get him out of the situation he is in? My own little wisdom, and because I have been in detention, not once, not twice, not 3 times, I know, or I can imagine the trauma this colleague of ours is in. I don't believe we help the situation at this moment of time, of his condition. There has been enough expression of emotions in support of this colleague. I think the concentration now, the emphasis now, should be what can we do as colleagues to get him out of this present predicament that he's in. The outpouring of confrontational language does not help us in this situation, does not help him. Here we are in the comfort of this chamber, and with the immunity that we enjoy in this chamber, to say the things that have been said. It does not help his situation now. I would rather, with due respect to my colleagues, we develop, as one of the colleagues did suggest a while ago, have a delegation, official delegation. Know where he is, visit him, and then see how best we can talk to the appropriate authority concerned with his situation to see how he gets released. That is what is priority, and not this grandstanding or emotion that we're expressing. That's my...
When one of us is being humiliated, when one of us has been embarrassed, and an attack on one should be an attack on all. I want us to see it in that light, because whatever the offense Dino committed, he ought to be given the right to life, the right to human dignity, the right to decency. Mr. President, I frowned at the way Dino was arrested. Dino comes to the National Assembly virtually every day. I don't know why the police had to wait till he goes to the airport to go and perform official duty. He was arrested, embarrassed, and put in a truck and taken to SAS, where common criminals like armed robbers are being put. That is where they intended to take him. Mr. President, if this thing can happen to a senator, what more of ordinary Nigerians? So the rule of law, due process, is completely violated. And I want us to see it in that light. We should come out and speak the truth and nothing but the truth. National Assembly is the symbol of democracy anywhere in the world. If this can happen to a serving senator, then it's unfortunate. The ordinary people of Nigeria will continue to suffer. This is the time for us to come out and condemn what happened.
When we have so many cases in Benue, Zamfara, and all those other things, and we need to, if you see the number of policemen, about 100 policemen in the hospital, it's uncalled for. If we have this strength in the police that we can dedicate about 100 policemen to one person on allegation, why can't we move those policemen to Zamfara or to Benue, where killings are taking place every day? So if we don't fight for injustice, we are killing our democracy, because I feel this one is not right, and we have to condemn it. No matter the side, whether you like him or you don't like him, it is an issue that has to do with human beings. It is an issue that has to do with our democracy. It is the issue that has to do with fundamental human rights.
Contributed in support of Dino, our colleague, and what happened. But what I am not in support is we should address issues. And when we begin to implicate different issues, like I remember Senator Otazi was saying, and the man died, I'm not a lawyer, and I'm a scientist. So, I'll rather face the issue, and if we are talking about a particular issue, we should stay with it. But when we begin to bring a government that a lot of people also supported to be here, to use whatever happened as to implicate the government, I think, I think I'm against that. We should face the issue. I'm not in support of what happened to Dino. And immediately that Omar Gege has been led away by police, you will know that the sanctity of this place has been invaded upon. And if anybody will be taken away, it has set an example. Because whatever happens here, we should be able to take it as good statesmen and women to address it intimately. And if we have anything with the executive, we have leadership here who are supposed to go there and meet with Mr. President, which I believe in the past you have been doing. But we should face the issue and treat the issue, because this government is only just have been 3 years of 16 years of rot. It has only been in power for 3 years and inherited a lot of trouble. And just yesterday we saw what happened in Benue with the priest. We have to discuss that as well. And that is my worry. And the people out there are watching us and they are listening to us. And they need protection, just like the people in here need protection. The average man outside also needs protection. And if what happened with the correspondence from the president today that we will debate later, we will see certain things has to be done and has to be put in place. So those are the things. The safety of the people is important, and I think it's in this constitution. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I don't feel that the way and manner Dino has been handled is the best way to handle it. It's belittling, it's demeaning. All of us are demeaned in the person, in the way Dino is handled. That's not the way it should be done. And I rise and join for voicing with my colleague here that the security agencies, and i.e. the police, the DSS, should be here to explain the whereabouts of Dino and explain why he should be handled the way he's being handled. A sitting and a serving senator Handle like just a common criminal on the street that way. That is condemnable and is condemned. And I speak here from my heart, and for him, and for all of us here, that we have to defend democracy. And I have the rights, the rights of common people in this way must be upheld. Not just Dino, any other person. We must obey the course of law and the orders they make. That's part of democracy. It's not only when the judiciary is saying, making orders that will please the government. No. When they make orders that they don't suit, they take it. That is what it should be. And we have to follow this because this matter is in the court already. And anybody who is acting outside this is now taking laws into his hand and is condemned is condemned by my person here. I thank you, Mr. President.
I will say it to all of us here. The opportunity of being here is a phase in our lives. For those of you who want to remain here permanently, and for those of us who see this place as a phase in our lives, we know that the history that we will be judged with are two: our collective history as a parliament and our individual history. But this Senate and this parliament must stand firm and speak the truth, because you will not be judged by the favors you think you will get today. You will not be judged by the promises that is made to you. You'll be judged by which position did you take when democracy is being attacked. I said this is a difficult moment for people to speak the truth. It's a difficult time. A difficult time. Many people, when you bring controversial issues at this very time, they will prefer to remain silent. Or they will bury their heads in the sand, hoping that the issue will go away. But I think we should be man enough. When you are elected to be a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you are duty-bound morally and constitutionally to stand in the defense of freedom and justice. You must speak truth to power when it is wrong. And I call on this Senate to stand firm. What has happened to one of us can happen to all of us.